How is everybody doing on this lovely Taco Tuesday? So I actually got a special for everybody tonight, since I haven't showed some videos in a while. I'm actually going to make 2 videos tonight. So first we're going to start off making some homemade chocolate chip cookies. Now this is not my recipe, it's the recipe right off the back of Mostly Tell House. Recipe's right here, not easy at all. You will need flour, salt, baking soda, butter, sugar, brown sugar, 2 eggs, vanilla extract, package of these. Now you can use any flavor. I bought the semi-sweet. You can also add half a cup if you like. I don't like to add the nuts just in case people are allergic. And I really don't like nuts in my chocolate chip cookies. So to start off first, we're gonna have 2 separate bowls. So you wanna mix the flour, mix the dry ingredients in here, and then we're gonna beat the eggs, butter, vanilla extract, and the sugar in this bowl. So we're going to start off with 2 1/4 cups of flour. So I've got my handy measuring cups over here. And I always use unbleached flour, has a lot less chemicals, better for you. Also you want to make sure you level out your flour. And make sure you use these because these are for dry ingredients. You do not want to use this because this is for wet ingredients. Remember, dry, wet. So I got 2 cups there, and now I just need to add a 1/4 cup. I haven't made these in a while, so I didn't need to look at the recipe. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Just bought some fresh baking soda, so you also want to make sure you use fresh baking soda because baking soda does absorb odors and everything. So I usually buy the one that comes in the plastic tub. They didn't have that, so I had to buy the box one. Because the ones that stay in the plastic tub stays fresher because it's still sealed, so it's not going to absorb any odors. Get my measuring handy spoons over here. We're going to do 1 teaspoon. Of course my teaspoon is not on here. So I do have a 1/2 teaspoon, so we'll just do 2 of those. If I could find it. There we go. And the same thing. Always make sure you level it off. So you got 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And we need 1 teaspoon of salt. So I always usually like to use kosher salt. And then we're just going to mix that together so all that stuff gets nice and mixed together. You want to set your oven to 325. Just take a wire whisk. And we're just making sure all the flour with salt and baking soda gets all nice mixy in there. So how are we all doing? Had to go get my apron and my hat. Forgot the most important thing. So I got my KitchenAid. You could do this by hand. It's all easy if you have a KitchenAid. So we're gonna do 3/4 cups of sugar. We're gonna do regular granulated sugar, and also we're gonna do 3/4 cup of brown sugar. You can use light or dark sugar. It doesn't matter. Whatever you have handy, it works. So I got light sugar I'm going to use. Like I said, 3/4 cups. So I have a 1/4 cup here. So we just times that by 3 to get your 3/4 cup. Or you can do a 1/2 cup and a 1/4 cup equals your 3/4. Now, if you forget to take your butter out, because you do want soft butter, a trick I learned is I'll turn my oven on to about 350 degrees. I'll leave both sticks of butter on top of the oven for about 10 to 20 minutes, and that will soften it up. And just put that right in. You're gonna put this right in. You're gonna use the paddle attachment. I'm also gonna do a teaspoon of vanilla. So I'm using a half a teaspoon because I don't know what I did with my teaspoon. So we just did 2 of these. You know, you don't have to use vanilla, you can use other stuff, you can use almond extract, but you know, I like to use vanilla, so that's what it calls for. And we're gonna put this down. Make sure you lock your KitchenAid. I'm gonna turn this on low. We're gonna add 1 egg at a time. And pretty much we're just gonna make this mix till it's nice and creamy. Once it's nice and creamy, then we're gonna add the flour mixture little by little so we don't have flour all over the kitchen. So that's what your mixture should look like after you beat the eggs, the brown sugar, vanilla. That's what it's gonna look like, and then we're gonna add the flour little by little. So we'll close that back down. Actually, you could do that like that. And let me find something easy to get the flour out of the bowl. Use a ladle because all my other measuring cups are wet right now. I'm just gonna add, you know, add that right in. And you're gonna put on a low temperature so we don't have flour all over the place. And we're just gonna keep adding, you know, we just keep adding the flour mixture until all the flour is gone. Like I said, this is a lot easier when you have a KitchenAid. I know it's a little pain in the ass if you're doing this by hand. So I'm actually going to take this off for a second so I can add the rest of the flour. As you make sure that's secure, make sure you lock your KitchenAid or you're going to have a mess. Put that on the, you know, I always put on the low setting. I always put on the low setting so we don't have a floury mess all over the kitchen. And then see, once everything's nice and all mixy, you know, I'm going to scrape the sides of the bowl. Then we're going to add the chocolate chips. Spatula. I'm just going to go like this. This is just to get anything that may be not mixed in. And we're going to add the bag of chocolate chips. My scissors will cut, that would be very helpful. Add the chocolate chips in there. Make sure you lock your KitchenAid again. And now sometimes you might get this, so you just gotta go like that. You know, put this back down and do another mixy. You know, let that mix for a couple minutes, just get everything nice, all mixed in together. So the cookie batter's all nice and mixed, so I'm just gonna go like this. Oh, there we go. Oh, and it's actually, you're gonna preheat your oven to 375. I was looking at the chocolate chip pie, which is 325, but for chocolate chip cookies, we're gonna do 375. So I just changed my oven temperature to 375. Just have to wait for that to get to the temperature. And you usually cook these from 10 to 12 minutes. I usually set the time for 8 minutes, check them, because I like my cookies a little softer. But, you know, anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes. Every oven is different. If you got electric, you got gas. So, you know, just start off 8 minutes. See how it looks at the 8-minute mark. If you need to do more, you do more. So I got a nice big cookie sheet here. I just use a regular teaspoon. Just do a heaping teaspoon. You know, that's usually, you know, usually put about that much. Don't worry, my hands are nice and clean. Now, obviously, if I was doing this working in a restaurant or selling these for a living, I would wear gloves, but since, you know. And you don't want to put them too close, you know, you do want to have some room so the cookies can spread out because, you know, once you're going to bake these, they will get bigger. Like I said, you've seen how simple this was. It's not hard at all. Anybody could do this. Also want to make sure you have a cooling rack, which I do. So when the cookies come out, we take them off the baking sheet, put them onto the cooling rack. You know, like I said, just try to make them even. If they're not even, that's fine. You know. Like I said, very simple. Now you can also use the M&M minis if you don't want to use chocolate chips. I do that sometimes. So just gonna stick these in the oven. You usually want to have your oven rack about to the second rack from the bottom. I'm gonna set my timer for 8 minutes, and in 8 minutes we're gonna check the cookies and see how they look. So the cookies are nice and done now. They took about 10 minutes, 8 minutes. They were still a little soft. So I got my cooling rack, got another cookie sheet over here, a little small cookie sheet. Just take your spatula and just like that. Not hard at all. You usually want to let them cool for about 30 seconds to a minute before you use the spatula so the cookies don't fall apart on you. You know. And what I used to do back in the day, you can actually make some ice cream sandwiches with these. If you have vanilla ice cream, just take 2 cookies, put some vanilla ice cream, put the 2 cookies, and you have your own homemade vanilla ice cream cookie sandwich. And that is your cookies. Not hard at all. Some nice chocolate chip cookies. So my next video, we're gonna make some fresh tacos since it's Taco Tuesday.